There's no other way to say it. That was a total humiliation. Hello everybody, it's Ian here once again from OUFC Fan View, and it's time to do another review of another Oxford United game. Today, Oxford were live on Sky Sports. It was a tough game. It was away to Bolton Wanderers. After squeaking past Cheltenham on Saturday, Oxford turned their attention to Bolton Wanderers, which on paper looked like it was going to be the toughest game that we had left this season, and I was wondering which Oxford United side was going to turn up. Was it the one that infused me with a lot of confidence against Portsmouth, or is it going to be that one that leaves me quite worried and terrified like we had against Cheltenham, barring the final 10 minutes when we actually had to pull out a result? And what we got was far worse than we could possibly imagine. This was an insipid, disgusting, terrible, as bad as I can remember performance from Oxford United. On the flip side, congratulations to Bolton Wanderers. You were fantastic. You were great, and you put us to the sword. Turn away, Oxford fans, because this one finished Bolton Wanderers 5. Oxford United 0. And even at 5-0, that scoreline still does not do justice to how much better Bolton Wanderers were than us in this game. So once again, I'll just say full credit to Bolton and full credit to you Bolton fans. We will go over everything in the game. I'll go over the team news, I'll do a match review, and I'll give my final thoughts, which I'm already kind of dreading, and I'm already kind of dreading the comments, but please feel free to put your comments down below. And if you do like this video, then please do hit the like button, because that does help me out quite a lot, and I need quite a lot of help at the moment with this Oxford side. And if you do like the content, consider subscribing. So let's have a look at Oxford United's team news for this game. And Des Buckingham named an unchanged 11 from the side that won over Cheltenham on Saturday. So that's the third time in a row we've picked the same 11, and that's probably not surprising. There is just one change to the bench, and that is that Sam Long comes in for Jay Matete, who's picked up a slight knock. Tyler Goodrum is still missing. Might be back by the weekend. It might be longer than that. We don't know. And once again, can someone just please send me in a recent picture of Tyler Bure? I just want to make sure that the guy is okay, because once again, he's bafflingly left out of this match day squad, and you're just wondering, how can he not get a game? Let's have a look at Bolton Wanderers. And Ian Evatt's Trotters are in the mix for automatic promotion this season. They started the night in third place, just 1 point behind Derby County. But the recent form has not been amazing. Tonight gave them a big shot in the arm, of course, but it had just been one win from the last 5 games, and there had been some growing contempt from the Bolton Wanderers fans. They did actually make 3 changes from the side that had a very disappointing 2-2 draw away at Exeter at the weekend. Josh Dacres Cogley, Nathaniel Ogbeta, and John Dahl Bodvarsson, man, they were all good changes, weren't they? Came into the side, but it is still a Bolton side that are quite injury hit, and certainly in forward areas. The likes of Mendes Gomez, Ndulu, Adebayo, and Dion Charles are all missing from this lineup. So it shows you how much worse it could have been from an Oxford United point of view, and how formidable this Bolton Wanderers lineup is. And throw into the mix how good they are at home, this was always going to be a tough task. So for the start of the game for Oxford, first 15 minutes wasn't too bad. Bolton were the more assured side, no doubt about it, and they were mixing up their attacks nicely. Very comfortable in possession, but willing to play those long out balls out to the wings. The likes of Ogbeta always seemed to be a spare man, always in acres of space on the left-hand side. But Oxford did create a couple of half chances from pressing Bolton high up the pitch, and with chances on the counter-attack, and you were hopeful that might be where we might get some openings. But after that, and once Bolton took the lead, there was no turning back in this game. And on 18 minutes, it was Ogbeta, who was a constant threat in the first half, who got that opening goal. It was a lovely move from Bolton Wanderers, which carved Oxford open, which happened numerous times tonight. But Bodvarsson got the ball to Thomason, who was central on about the edge of the box. He slid it into Ogbeta on the left-hand side, and it was a very solid finish past Jamie Cumming, and Bolton deservedly were 1-0 up. And it was all Oxford could do to just stay in this game. They were terrible. They were horrible. They were second best to everything, and they got worse the longer this game went on. And on 26 minutes, you just got to keep it tight, Oxford. But we make an absolute howler and gift a goal to Bolton Wanderers, and Jamie Cumming is involved in another howler. And there's some big question marks over him that are emerging now. It's just a straight ball over the top that dashes Cogley. Is in a foot race with Greg Lee to get to a bouncing ball, which is bouncing into the penalty area. Cumming should just come and claim it, but he collides with Greg Lee. Comically just drops the ball to Dacris Cogley. I'm saying that name wrong. I'm sorry. I'll try and get it. I'll try and do better. Who has a very simple task, but it is just an easy finish for him, and he finishes it well. And it's 2-0 to Bolton. And yeah, it's a horror show once again for Oxford United. And again, question marks over Jamie Cumming are arising, and I'll get back to it in my final thoughts. And at half-time, Oxford did manage to get in at just 2-0 down, but it was very one-sided and very much deserved from Bolton Wanderers. Oxford have barely laid a glove, barely had a sniff at goal, and spent most of the half just camped in their own half, just trying to withstand this relentless Bolton pressure. There is very little quality out there from Oxford United, and what's more worrying is they showed very little fight, and it's very difficult to see any way back into this one. 2-0 down at half-time. Who's the guy you're going to bring on? Well, of course, it's Sam Long, isn't it? That is the perfect substitution to get Oxford United back into this one, and boy, did it work perfectly. He nearly made a balls up straight away, which allowed Bolton to get in when he was trying to shield the ball back to Jamie Cumming, and the Bolton pressure never succeeded. Oxford never got a foothold in this game. Bolton players desperate to win the second ball and making runs forward to get into the box whenever they could. This time it was Collins who bound forward. Maghoma played him in. Luckily for Oxford United, the angle was a little tight and he blazed it over the bar. But just a minute later, Bolton cut through Oxford again, and Ogbetter screwed a chance wide. Can Oxford just keep this game at 2-0 and somehow nick a goal and make it nervy? No, they were nowhere near even doing that. And on 58 minutes, Bolton wrapped this game up. 3-0, a free kick from Bolton, which was cleared to the edge of the area. This is another bugbear I have from Oxford United. Thomason got the shot in, took a massive deflection off Greg Lee and looped into the back of the net. 3-0 Bolton Wanderers, game completely done and dusted, but they were not done and dusted. 65 minutes on the clock, they made it 4-0. I was just thinking, can you just blow up now, referee? We've all had enough. It was another fantastic team goal from a Bolton Wanderers point of view. Sheehan, who was magnificent all night, won the ball in midfield and started this move off. Cut through Oxford United again, down their left-hand side. Ogbetter fizzing across, right across goal. And Collins at the back post converted it in. It was a simple chance that rounded off a very smart move. 5 minutes later, it's even worse. It's 5-0. And this is quite frankly pathetic from Oxford United. And Bolton are quite rightly punishing us. Again, Bolton just marauded forward into the area. Oxford just about snuff out the chance for Paris Maghoma, but it comes back to Sheehan on the edge of the box, who of course is going to get to the second ball first, and he places it very accurately into the bottom corner. Is Jamie Cumming going to dive across and make a save? No, of course he's not. Is it like having Simon Eastwood in goal? It kind of feels like it at times at the moment. It's his form is rather worrying me. At this point, you're just thinking, is it going to be... How many more are Bolton going to score? Is it going to get up to 8 or 9? Are they going to challenge double figures? And it really was feeling like that. Oxford offered nothing. I can think of one Josh Murphy cross where Harris narrowly missed it. In the first half, Brannigan put a free kick into the side netting. I can't think of any other chances like that. And Bolton were just carving us open at will, even from long balls from the keeper. You got Cameron Jerome running straight through on goal from it. This time Cumming does make a save and keeps the score down. And mercifully, Bolton didn't get any more, and it did end 5-0. And this... I don't even know where to begin with this. But I'll start with the home side, Bolton Wanderers, in my final thoughts. And straight away again, what a wonderful performance from you guys. You should be completely proud of your side tonight. Completely proud of the effort that you showed. You tore us to pieces. You made mincemeat of us. Oxford did not even come close to laying the slightest glove on Bolton Wanderers today. I thought, to a man, you were magnificent. I thought the little things counted a lot. Yes, you played some good attacking football, but you never gave Oxford any time on the ball. You were first to every second ball. You won pretty much every tackle, every header, and you never let Oxford have any foothold in this game. And Oxford just did not know how to live with it. But those forward players always seemed to be in so much space, but Sheehan was the man, wasn't he, today? Oxford, I think, even had a plan to try and stop him getting on the ball, but we just could not do it, and he dictated and he dominated everything. But the movement of those forward players, Bolton always seemed to have a spare man. From my point of view, I don't remember seeing a side be as good as that this season. You have a bit of a recency bias. It's difficult to remember all the games, but I can't remember a side be that dominant over us this season. For me, that's the best performance I've seen of a side up against Oxford United. We lost heavily to Peterborough, but there were still moments Oxford had in that game. There were times where we had a couple of chances. In this one, we were just nowhere near. So if that's the level you can play at for the remainder of the season, then I would say you got a great chance of getting that automatic promotion space. Pompey's going to be a tough nut to catch because they just don't look like they're going to drop many points. But of course, you still have to play Portsmouth at Bolton Stadium. So there's a chance to reel them in. But it does feel to me like it is going to be a straight shootout between you and Derby for that second spot. You could still win the league. Of course you could. I'm not saying you can't. You certainly got a team good enough to do it. But based on tonight, you were fantastic and you should be very proud of your side. Leave your comments down below. I don't need you to tell me how shit Oxford were. I know. But I'm just, congratulations to you guys. And let me know what your thoughts are for the rest of the season. Let me know what your thoughts are on Ian Evatt, and because there has been a little bit of bad blood from recent results. Bolton fans are a little wary that the season wasn't going to end as strongly as they were hoping for, and they might let a chance for promotion slip through their fingers. So just let me know how confident you are of getting this promotion. And those are the thoughts I'm really interested in. And obviously, good luck for the rest of the season. So that brings me on to Oxford United. And yikes, where to start with this one? I think you just have to start with, where do I feel about promotion hopes? Well, what do you think? They feel non-existent after this performance and this result. It feels like it's a no hope of getting into the playoffs. That can obviously change. A couple of wins and then you're back to giving you that hope again. But we haven't looked like beating any of the sides in the top half of the table under Des Buckingham, and we've come up against a good Bolton side today and they've absolutely destroyed us. So what hope have you got, even if we do get into the playoffs? But the other sides around us in League One look more consistent. Blackpool found a bit of form. Lincoln are in unbelievable form. And Stevenage have been a consistent side all season. So all of those sides you would think are going to have a better chance of getting that 6th place than we do. And that brings you on to the manager. And you can't escape from how bad Oxford have become under Des Buckingham, and how we were so well organised and drilled under Manning, and now we just look a rabble. A real rabble out there with no clear plan. And realistically, you're left to just thinking, well, the only way we kind of are going to create a chance is if the opposition makes a mistake and we get a counter-attack, or we can press them high up the pitch into a mistake. We don't seem to be able to pass through the thirds and hurt sides. I'm so worried about so many aspects. I don't think Jamie Cumming looks a very solid goalkeeper. He's made some good saves, but overall I'm worried about some of the goals he's let in recently, some of the mistakes and some of his distribution. I didn't think defensively we've been poor ever since Des Buckingham's taken over. And again, you go back to how organised the team was under Liam Manning. There was a shots faced statistic which was pretty damning, where we were first place under Manning. I think we were probably like 14th, 15th under Buckingham. And you can see the organisation is so much worse than what it was. I have a lot of question marks over Kieran Brown's ability to be a top quality centre-back in this league, and I feel for next season that if we want to progress, we need to bring in a better centre-half in alongside Elliot Moore. I don't feel Marcus McGuane is progressing like what we thought he was going to do. And I wouldn't even really care too much if he left in the summer. You almost feel like you feel sorry for Brannigan. You almost feel like you want him to leave just so he can go and enjoy his career at a higher level that he deserves to play at. But we need more solidity and more steel in that defensive line, but just more organisation. The amount of times we win a ball on the edge, we win a header from a set piece, but the ball comes out to the edge of the box and it comes to an opposing player who's ready to take a shot or ready to keep the attack rolling. Why are we not got anyone on the edge of the box trying to screen that? Why is everybody so deep defending that ball into the box that then we don't have anyone ready for that second phase? Because we seem to give up a lot of goals and a lot of chances from that. In possession, we're so slow and so poor. And what is this goal kick routine of passing the ball through the middle to a centre midfielder who is under pressure, who then has to hurriedly pass the ball out to a defender just so he might advance the ball 5 yards up the field before turning around and passing it sideways? Can we not just go forward? Can we not just hit a long ball forward and maybe try and get up the pitch that way? It is an absolute mess. Why, again, we signed Will Goodwin for money. Why are we not playing him? Why are we not giving him starts? Why are we not finding a way to get him and Mark Harris on the same pitch at the same time? Why can we not play with two strikers? Ruben Rodriguez has been terrible for a number of weeks now. Why is he continuing to play? Isn't Bowden better option in this team at passing the ball around than Rodriguez at the moment? I know Matete's got a knock, but he is a player that won promotion with two sides in this league recently, and he can't get a game behind Marcus McGuane. So has he fallen out with Buckingham? We know Tyler Bure has fallen out with Des Buckingham. Everything just seems very disjointed at the moment, and it's highlighted, magnified massively by this woeful performance and this woeful result that we've got tonight. And you've got no defence for people wanting Buckingham out tonight. You've got no defence for people turning against him and turning against this side. Because this isn't a knee-jerk reaction anymore. People are genuinely worried about what is going to happen moving forward and on to next season, because this has not worked so far under Des Buckingham, and I'm worried that we are getting worse. I don't think they're going to make a managerial change. I know you want that. I know that you want that. And I know some people in the comments want that. But rather than just writing that, just have a think for a second and just think, are they going to do that? Because I don't think that... You're not going to listen to me, so I don't know why I'm saying it. But are the board genuinely going to do that, or are they going to wait till next season? Because you know that's what they're going to do. So we are stuck with Buckingham in the short term and going forward into next season, and we just have to hope that he can turn it around. But he's got a long way to go. I thought he'd found something with that Portsmouth result and that performance, but we're further back now than we were, and the Cheltenham game was a bit of a lucky win, let's be fair, and we backed that up with a horror show against Bolton. We desperately need a win on Saturday, but not even a win on Saturday is going to take the bad taste out of our mouth from this one, and it's going to take a while for Oxford fans to get over this one. There's a lot of problems at the moment, and I know a lot of you think it all stems down to one guy. But those players need to play better on the pitch as well. Let's not forget them, and let's not give them a free pass, because their levels dropped off too, and you can't just excuse them for playing that badly for this number of games, culminating in that performance tonight. We're all angry, we're all annoyed, and we're all upset. But leave your comments down below, and I'll wade through them at some point when I have the strength to do so. But thank you once again, and positive side, the season's nearly over. We'll get there soon. About a month's time, we'll be nearly there. We'll keep supporting Oxford. We're Oxford through and through. Tough night tonight. I'll see you at the weekend.